Alright, let's dive into something that's got me pretty excited. Julie Klausner is joining It Happened in Hollywood live at Televerse, and honestly, this is one of those events that feels like it's tailor-made for anyone who loves comedy, television, and behind-the-scenes stories. But here's the thing, this isn't just another industry event. What makes this really interesting is the dynamic between Klausner and Seth Abramovitch. Abramovitch calls it the dawning of the age of Julie Klausner, and while that's a bold statement, it's not entirely off the mark. Klausner's career is a masterclass in versatility. She's a writer, comedian, actor, and podcaster, and her work on difficult people alone is enough to cement her place in comedy history. But what many people don't realize is how much of her personal voice is baked into that show. It's not just a comedy series, it's a deeply personal exploration of show business, delivered with a level of acidity that's both hilarious and unapologetic. Now, let's talk about Difficult People for a second. The show premiered in 2015, and while it only ran for 3 seasons, it's one of those rare series that feels like it's still culturally relevant today. Personally, I think its enduring legacy comes from its willingness to be unlikable. The characters are flawed, the humor is sharp, and it doesn't pull punches when it comes to critiquing the entertainment industry. And the guest stars? Unforgettable. Cole Escola's early role in the series is a perfect example of how Difficult People became a launching pad for talent. But here's the deeper question: why did it take so long for the show to get a Blu-ray release? It's almost like the industry itself was playing catch-up to recognize its impact. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a show that was ahead of its time in terms of tone and perspective. What's even more fascinating is the reunion of Klausner and Abramovitch. They first met at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre in 2001, and now they're coming together for this live podcast taping. There's something poetic about that full-circle moment, especially when you consider how much both of their careers have evolved since then. Abramovich's podcast, It Happened in Hollywood, is known for its deep dives into the creative process, and I can't wait to hear how he and Klausner dissect the making of Difficult People. One thing that immediately stands out is how candid Klausner is about her work. Her quote about finally getting to talk about her career to someone besides her therapist? That's classic Klausner humor, but it also hints at the vulnerability she brings to her craft. In my opinion, that's what makes her such a compelling figure. She's not afraid to lay it all out there. And let's not forget the broader context here. This event is part of Televerse, the Television Academy's celebration of television. It's not just about Klausner or Difficult People, it's about the medium itself and the people who shape it. From my perspective, events like these are crucial because they remind us that television isn't just entertainment, it's art, it's culture, and it's a reflection of who we are. What this really suggests is that conversations like the one Klausner and Abramovitch will have are more important than ever. They're not just talking about a show, they're talking about the creative process, the challenges, and the impact of their work on audiences. So, here's my closing thought: if you're someone who loves comedy, television, or just a good story, this is an event you won't want to miss. But beyond that, it's a reminder to appreciate the creators who push boundaries and challenge conventions. Julie Klausner did that with Difficult People, and she's continuing to do it with everything she touches. Personally, I think this live taping is going to be one of those moments that people will be talking about for years. What do you think? Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comments below.